all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Alright, once again, this is another installment of Pre-Camp Precepts. Alright, today we're going to be in the second chapter of 1 Corinthians. Alright, because as far as its truth and all that, you know, they call the gospel like the good news. Alright, you know, there's a lot of good news like in the scriptures, even in the Old Testament. Or you know, as far as like the the kingdom. Alright, as far as like the 12 tribes being in like rulership, you know, not having to work, being able to like sleep in, being able to like deal with like all these like women, like as far as like, you know, like YT politics, he had that he had a picture of like an Israelite man like being fed grapes and like wine and all these like gorgeous women, and there's like we have I think I saw a poster, like a chart or a poster that one of the other Akim like made, like back when I was like responsible for the signs and all that, and it has that, you know, Lord willing, at some point, like if we go into that topic specifically in detail, like Lord willing, like I'll be able to show that to you. Alright, but alright, as of now we're dealing with alright, because, you know, on the flip side, all that you know, all those promises, alright, that all pertains to having faith. Alright, because like we can't show you like materially like all these things that we speak of. Like we can't you know like take you on a tour to this like this house or castle or room or whatever, open the door and say like here it is, you know, here it is, like all you got to do is or you know, go out on the highways, do the work, do the shows, alright, until the Lord comes back, and then it's going to be right here for you. No, we can't do that. And then you know, so knows like all these other groups, like they have like you know, like extravagant, articulate speakers, like General Yohana, alright, the Comforter, alright, Nate, alright, like all this extravagant shit, like in rap videos and things like that. Or you know, but you know, we keep it simple, or we like whether like alright, the good and the bad, like it's just like straightforward, the scriptures, and then the breakdown of the scriptures. Alright, 1 Corinthians 2:1. And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of the Most High. Alright, so, you know, Paul wasn't this like great, like extravagant, you know, he was austere, he had a heavy spirit on him, but you know, compared to like you know, like all this other like even right now with all these like preachers and all that, with all this like extravagance, you know, touching people on the forehead and they fall out and shit like that, you know, you know, and all this, and I'm telling you how much money he's gonna you're gonna get a check in the mail, like if you send me tithes and things like that, you know, it's not all about that. Or even you know, like all these, you know, he was a learned man and all that, you know, but like tell you like all these degrees and certifications, you know, it's just, you know, in like worldly wisdom, it's not about that. Verse 2. For I determined not to know anything among you save Yahushai HaMashiach and him crucified. And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. You know, he wasn't some type of like tough guy. Like he was constantly like he got like stoned. He got like he got roughed up on a number of occasions. Alright, so he wasn't you know, like compared to like all the people like in Judges, you know, like it's like fucking people up, like heathens and all that. You know, he was more of you know, he was more of a victim, like or like for those of you that or that scoff at you know, people might get like arrested, beaten up at camp, you know, like harassed, and you're talking about, yeah, if it was me, you know, they would have gotten that work, or and shit like that, you know, whatever, defend yourself and all that, but I remember that the men of the Lord, that according to the scriptures, those are the types of things that the real men of the Lord have to endure. All right, verse 4. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power. All right, that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of the Most High. All right, so yeah, like yes, we are faith-based Israelites. Like we tell you the scriptures, we break them down, and it's the portion of the faith that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has to bestow upon you, whether or not you accept it or not. But with that, I'm gonna head over to camp, like see if they're like down there and all that, we're gonna try something new. We're gonna split it up a little bit since the numbers are growing, so that more people can contribute and all that. But with that, we're gonna say Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Our double honors to the apostle at GMS. All right, and also salutations to all the Akim, like on the highways and byways, pushing this word in truth and sincerity. All right, Shalom.